So obviously, when it comes to a personal trainer, I'm thinking about it with me in mind. I'm 30-plus-year-old PT. I've got a woman in front of me who is in these phases. And it might be, I'm quite upfront, I'm quite apparent. I'm quite happy to ask the client immediately when we're having this conversation, the rapport's being built in that time. I'm quite happy to ask them where they are in their sort of menstrual phase. I'm quite happy to ask open questions to go, when they're talking about what they want to achieve, where are they with regards to, have they had bloods done? Have they had any testing? Are they on any sort of HRT? To understand where my client is. But quite a lot of the PTs who are going to be on our course, we're still going to have, probably thinking about of our personal training qualifications, 65% of the guys on our course are male. But a third of the people they might be working with are going to be in these phases. So they might not be as upfront as what I am in the consultation, but what do you think they should do, or how do you think they should address the women they're working with to get the information they need in a consultation to help them in that first instance?
This can be quite tricky because I've worked with women and hormones, and obviously I am a woman, but I've worked with women and hormones for over a decade. So I always ask really deep, meaningful, nosy questions because I have to. And I think if you are a personal trainer and you know that you will be working with women in general, 30 plus, you just need to understand that if you do not ask them these questions, you are not going to be able to help them in the way that you have envisaged. If you're a personal trainer out there and you're thinking, I want results for my clients, because it is about results, isn't it? They've got a problem and you've got the solution. If you do not ask them those deep and meaningful questions, or those nosy questions, or those questions that, you might be embarrassed about asking, you're not going to get the results for your clients. And it is that simple. You just have to almost get over it and maybe, have a laugh. Just sort of say, I'm really sorry, I'm a man. Obviously, I don't understand the menstrual cycle. I don't understand what you're going through. But try to, not even empathise, because how can you empathise if you're a man and you don't have menstrual cycles? But just try and get a bit closer to understanding your client and tell them your vulnerabilities. That, I don't understand, I'm really sorry, but I'm trying to understand. And for us to work together and for you to get the best results possible, I need to understand what's going on in your hormonal life.
Yeah, one that's worked for me a lot in the past with clients, and that's because I've worked with women who've obviously had these fundamental, not issues, but they're in that journey. I'll use someone that I've worked with in the past in the conversation to make them feel that they're not alone, there's so many people, and I've worked with so many people who are in the same phases of what you're in, which gives them just that release of sort of, okay, this guy who ultimately has never felt it has worked with people who have felt what I've felt. So that tends to help quite a lot. Yeah. And we've had talks and stuff. I used it recently with a lady who she's come to me about wanting to, ultimately wants to lose weight is the thing, but the reason she wants to lose weight is because she started to gain it in the perimenopause and moving into the menopause. You say about that middle, that's happening, and she doesn't understand why. For me to be able to go, I'm working with a woman in exactly the same sort of situation as where you're in now. 6 months ago, she came to me and she didn't understand why that weight loss was not happening the way it used to. She's trying fad diets, and more than anything, it was just causing more ag for her. And she's just nodding like, that's me. Like, that's exactly how I've been feeling. So what we've implemented for her is a different way of training that she's not done before. And we talk about her nutrition, we support her in that manner, and that has massively helped resonate with them, and then go, that straight away makes them think, even though I'm a 30-plus-year-old PT, he's done this before. So
as a therapist of any kind, and I'm talking about all of us in the service industry working with other people, you need to make your client feel heard, and that is it. Once they open up to you and they tell you exactly what's going on, then you formulate a plan. You don't have a preconceived idea of what you want them to do before you've met them. And I think that is something that perhaps happens when you don't have enough experience behind you and you think, I'm a PT and I'm, generally going to meet ladies of a certain age who want to lose weight. So I'm going to do this, 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 and this. I think if you get to know your person first, they open up to you, you have trust, and then you start formulating some kind of a plan. I think it works so much better.
Absolutely. And then leading to that as well, it's then creating a network of, so I know the things I'm good at, I know the things you're good at.
Yeah.
And the amount of my PT clients who are going through that stage where they need to know where they are in their cycle, they need to know their bloods, being able to network with someone like yourself so you can do the Dutch test and you can really formulate that plan together as a team, we're so much better for that client than just me on my own and you on your own. And that's that network, they then become heard not just from one person but by 2 or 3, and
that is an ideal situation, isn't it? Because I'm not a personal trainer, it's not my speciality, and I wouldn't dare to say that I know what I'm doing when it comes to those kind of things, but I know hormones and I know women, and that is what I do, that's what I thrive on, that's what I love. I love getting results for my clients. But there are times when I have to say, well, this isn't my domain, and you need to go to see Josh or see a personal trainer. And if you can work together with someone without feeling that threat of that person's going to take away my job, my reason for being here, then it allows for amazing partnerships.